A child's financial future is rarely decided when they get their first job. It's shaped years earlier, quietly, inside their own home. Small habits parents repeat every day, how they talk about money, spend money, or ignore money, can influence how their children handle finances for the rest of their lives. Let's break down the 5 money mistakes parents make that can quietly damage their kids' financial future, starting with number 5. Waiting too long to teach kids about money. Many parents assume financial education should start later in life. They believe kids are too young to understand topics like saving, budgeting, or investing. So the conversation gets delayed. Parents wait until their kids are teenagers. Sometimes they wait until college. But by then, the most important window may already be closing. Research shows children begin forming money habits far earlier than most parents realize. Studies suggest that by age 7, many of a child's financial attitudes are already established. That means the way kids think about saving, spending, and patience can begin developing while they are still in elementary school. If parents wait too long, children often learn about money from other sources instead. Friends, social media, advertisements, and those influences rarely teach long-term financial discipline. Instead, parents can start with simple lessons early: saving coins in a jar, setting small financial goals, learning the difference between wants and needs. These small lessons create the foundation for responsible financial behavior later in life. Because the truth is simple: financial habits don't suddenly appear when someone turns 18. They are built slowly over many years. Number 4. Treating money like a secret topic. In many families, money is treated as a private subject. Parents avoid discussing it around their children. They worry that conversations about bills, budgets, or financial challenges might create stress. So they stay silent. But silence creates confusion. Children who grow up without hearing real conversations about money often enter adulthood with very little understanding of how finances actually work. They may not understand how credit cards accumulate interest, how long it takes to pay off loans, or why saving consistently matters. Financial experts often emphasize that regular conversations about money can significantly improve a child's financial awareness. Kids who talk about finances with their parents frequently are much more likely to feel confident managing money later in life. These conversations don't need to be complicated. Parents can simply explain everyday decisions: why a family chooses one product over another, why saving for the future matters, why some purchases must wait. When children hear these discussions regularly, money stops being mysterious. Instead, it becomes a normal part of life. And that familiarity prepares them for real financial decisions later on. Number 3. Giving kids everything they want. Every parent wants their children to be happy, and sometimes that leads to a common mistake: buying too much. New toys, new gadgets, expensive clothes, endless entertainment. At first, it seems harmless. Parents feel they are giving their kids a better life than they had growing up, but constantly satisfying every request can unintentionally send the wrong message. Children may begin to associate happiness with spending. Instead of learning patience and delayed gratification, they learn that every desire should be fulfilled immediately. And this mindset often follows them into adulthood. Young adults who never practice delayed gratification sometimes struggle with impulse spending. They rely heavily on credit cards. They prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term financial stability. One of the most valuable financial lessons a child can learn is simple: not every purchase happens immediately. Sometimes you save. Sometimes you wait. Sometimes you decide something isn't worth the cost. These experiences teach discipline, an essential skill for building wealth. Number 2. Not giving kids real financial experience. Many parents try to teach kids about money through lectures. They explain the importance of saving. They warn about debt. They encourage smart spending. But without real experience, those lessons rarely stick. Financial knowledge becomes much more powerful when children actually practice managing money. Research suggests that giving kids hands-on financial experiences like allowances, small savings goals, or budgeting for purchases helps them develop stronger money management skills. Simple opportunities can make a huge difference. Giving children a small allowance, encouraging them to save for a toy or game they want, letting them make spending decisions and learn from mistakes. These experiences allow kids to understand the relationship between work, money, and choices. They also create safe environments for mistakes. It's much better for a 10-year-old to regret spending $10 on something useless than for a 20-year-old to regret spending thousands on credit. Learning through experience builds confidence, and that confidence becomes essential when children eventually manage their own finances as adults. Parents can also introduce simple systems like the save, spend, and give method to help kids divide their money with purpose. Even something as basic as letting a child help pay at the checkout counter can make money feel real and tangible. Talking openly about everyday financial decisions at home also helps children understand how adults think about money. Over time, kids begin to see that every dollar involves a choice. Those small lessons quietly shape how they think about money for the rest of their lives. Children who grow up making financial decisions early often become far more confident with money later on. They learn patience, delayed gratification, and the value of planning ahead. And by the time they reach adulthood, money is no longer confusing or intimidating. Instead, it's simply another skill they already know how to manage. That early confidence can protect them from many of the costly financial mistakes people make in their 20s. Number 1. Modeling poor financial habits. The most powerful financial lesson children receive is not spoken. It's observed. Kids watch everything their parents do. They notice how parents react to bills, how they handle spending decisions, how they talk about saving and investing. If parents constantly stress about money but never budget, kids notice. If parents warn about debt but rely heavily on credit cards, kids notice. If parents make impulsive purchases without planning, kids notice that too. Financial behavior spreads through observation. Children often copy the habits they see growing up. Studies show parents pass down both good and bad financial behaviors to their children. That means one of the best ways to teach kids about money is to model responsible financial habits. Saving regularly, planning purchases carefully, investing for the future, discussing financial goals openly. When children grow up watching responsible financial behavior, those habits become normal, and that normal becomes the foundation for their own financial future. Parents spend years thinking about how to give their children the best future, better education, better opportunities, better lives. But one of the most important influences on a child's future happens quietly through everyday financial habits. Children learn how money works by watching, listening, and experiencing financial decisions inside their home. Avoiding these 5 mistakes can dramatically change the trajectory of a child's financial life. Teach money lessons early. Talk openly about finances. Avoid giving everything instantly. Let kids practice managing money. And most importantly, lead by example, because the habits children learn today can shape their financial future for decades. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more practical money strategies. And here's a question for you. What is the most important money lesson your parents taught you growing up? Drop your answer in the comments. Your experience might help someone else build a stronger financial future.